I just want to speak briefly on the Auditor-General's report on the design and governance of childcare package that was published on the 30th of September 2019. Early childhood education is an essential support for working parents who rely on the dedication of educators around the nation to teach and nurture their children while they go to work. It's also an integral component of the learning of infants, toddlers and young children, laying the social and emotional foundation on which all future education is built. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry underpinned by a combination of parent fees and Commonwealth fee assistance. I note for the record that the Auditor-General has found that the Department of Education's design and governance of the government's childcare reforms was largely effective. The centrepiece of those reforms combined two previous fee system payments, the childcare rebate and the childcare benefit, into one single subsidy. When it was announced back in May 2015, the coalition government praised themselves on designing a set of reforms that created a simple system and made early childhood education more affordable for parents. However, the minister at the time, Simon Burnham, issued a media release claiming the reforms would put downward pressure on early education fees. Unfortunately, in my home state of Victoria, and in particular in country Victoria, the childcare reforms that commenced on the 2nd of July of last year are neither simple nor more affordable, and the fees are well and truly up despite the government's claims. The reality is the government designed a system that has increased the compliance burden on families and early education and care providers. And rather than being more affordable, parents are paying a national average of 4.9% more today than they were at this time last year. This is clearly shown in the latest quarterly update of childcare data from the Department of Education released just a few weeks ago. The data also shows that families in rural Victoria have had to contend with fee increases well above the national average, up to 15% in some regions, Madam Deputy President. What the Auditor-General's report does not show is that over a year into the government's new childcare system, it has completely failed at putting downward pressure on fees, and families in country Victoria are paying the heavy price, a very high price in fact. On this side of the chamber, Labor understands how much the impost rising childcare fees pose to families. That's why we took an ambitious early childhood education plan to the last election. That plan included real action to address fee increases imposed on families like those that we are seeing right now in rural and regional Victoria. We built our plan because we know that parents are struggling with the cost of early childhood education. Fees have increased by 30% since the Liberal National Government was first elected 6 years ago. Parents certainly cannot afford to pay any more, nor can they afford to go without childcare either. That means families, particularly families in rural and regional Victoria, are paying through the nose for early childhood education. Country Victoria families need this government to act and act now to ensure early education and making sure that care is affordable, accessible and of the highest quality standards.